William Saliba breaks silence. Arsenal rocked by shocking injury twist before Nottingham Forest clash. Welcome to Football Focus. Hope you're all having a great day. Before we kick off, if you love football, hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Let's dive in. William Saliba has finally broken his silence after his unfortunate injury setback, offering Arsenal supporters a much-needed dose of positivity as the Gunners prepared to resume their Premier League campaign against Nottingham Forest. The French defender, who twisted his ankle during the warm-up against Liverpool, lasted only a few minutes at Anfield before signaling that he could not continue. Mikel Arteta was left with no choice but to withdraw him early, a decision that underlined just how significant Saliba's discomfort had become. The update sparked widespread concern among Arsenal fans, who know all too well how influential Saliba has been in recent seasons. The centre-back's presence has transformed the team's defensive stability, and without him last season, Arsenal's title charge faltered in critical moments. This time, though, supporters feared another lengthy absence. Arteta admitted after the Liverpool clash that Saliba initially wanted to play through the pain barrier, believing he could carry on, but within the opening stages, it was obvious he could not cope. His manager said the twist was enough to completely restrict his movement, forcing an immediate substitution. That moment gave way to the introduction of Christian Mosquera, one of the recent arrivals integrated into the squad. To his credit, Mosquera looked assured despite the pressure of stepping into Saliba's shoes at Anfield. He barely put a foot wrong, showcasing anticipation and composure even in a game that ultimately ended in defeat for Arsenal. While the results stung, the ability of Mosquera to adapt quickly provided at least one silver lining. However, the loss of Saliba compounded a growing injury list that already featured Bukayo Saka and Martin Ødegaard. The trip to Leeds United days earlier had proved costly, as both suffered setbacks, with Ødegaard restricted to the bench at Anfield before making a brief 20-minute cameo. Saka, meanwhile, is expected to miss the majority of Arsenal's September fixtures, leaving Arteta with major selection headaches. With Mikel Merino and Noni Madueke also pressed into service, the manager has been forced to juggle his squad depth at a time when momentum and rhythm are so crucial. What made Saliba's situation particularly worrying was the uncertainty over his recovery timeline. Arteta refused to provide an exact time frame, instead insisting that more clarity would come later this week when he next addresses the media. That has left fans anxiously awaiting Friday's press conference. The looming Nottingham Forest clash is one Arsenal cannot afford to take lightly, especially with their Premier League title ambitions hanging in the balance. Every fixture carries weight, and the absence of a player like Saliba, even for a short spell, is always felt. Yet, amidst this uncertainty, Saliba has given Arsenal fans hope. After France secured a 2-1 victory over Iceland in their World Cup qualification campaign, the defender made his first public statement since suffering the injury. Choosing to post on Instagram, he shared the French national team's full-time graphic, adding 3 fire emojis and 2 thumbs-up emojis. It was a small gesture, but one that resonated with supporters. It suggested his spirit remains unbroken, that he is still connected to the game and determined to make a swift return. France, for their part, have coped admirably without him, pairing Ibrahima Konate and Dayot Upamecano in the heart of defense. Their backline has looked strong, allowing Didier Deschamps' men to secure important results on their way to another major tournament. But while France may not have suffered in his absence, Arsenal certainly feel the difference when Saliba is not on the pitch. His reading of the game, recovery pace, and ability to dominate duels make him one of the most indispensable players in Arteta's system. The timing of his injury has raised new questions for Arsenal. The Gunners began the season with high expectations after significant summer investment, adding depth across multiple positions. Yet, with injuries suddenly mounting, the reliance on the squad's fringe players has grown. Mosquera, Merino, and Madueke are all being tested in matches that carry genuine pressure. If Arsenal are to maintain their challenge both domestically and in Europe, they will need these players to step up consistently until the likes of Saliba, Saka, and others are fully fit again. Supporters have been quick to rally around Saliba online. Social media platforms have been flooded with messages urging him to recover swiftly, with many recognizing that his absence last season coincided with a dramatic dip in form. This time, though, the hope is that the injury is minor and that he can return before any serious damage is done to Arsenal's campaign. Looking ahead to Nottingham Forest, Arteta faces a pivotal decision. Should Saliba be ruled out, Mosquera is the most likely candidate to start alongside Gabriel Magalhaes at centre-back. While Forest do not boast the same attacking threats as Liverpool, they are capable of punishing lapses in concentration. Arsenal will need to be at their disciplined best, particularly with away supporters expecting to see a response after the Anfield defeat. Saliba's message has therefore arrived at a crucial moment. It has reassured fans that he remains engaged and motivated, while also reminding his teammates of the standards expected. Arsenal's resilience will be tested in the coming weeks, but having leaders like Saliba maintaining positivity even while sidelined can make a difference. For Arteta, the challenge will be to balance his resources wisely, ensuring the squad does not overextend itself before key players return. Arsenal's medical team will continue to assess Saliba's progress, with updates eagerly anticipated. The hope is that his injury proves minor and that he's back on the training pitch within days rather than weeks. Until then, the Gunners must find solutions to navigate a difficult run of fixtures, beginning with Nottingham Forest and extending into a period that will shape the momentum of their season. Saliba's silence since the Liverpool game had left fans fearing the worst. His decision to finally break it, accompanied by a clear and uplifting message, has reignited optimism. Arsenal may be bruised by injuries, but their determination remains intact. The coming weeks will reveal just how deep that resolve runs and whether the squad can hold firm until their defensive talisman is once again at the heart of the backline.